What is up, guys? Today we're going to be working on the 240 once again. It's been a little while. It's been like a week. So I do rub. I found that out. It's unfortunate, I know, but it happens. If it's turned all the way, which it turns a lot, that's a lot of fucking angle. I don't have an angle kit or anything. That's a lot. I don't know if stock steering is like that or if maybe they did the little quick fix. Take the spacer out of the steering rack thing. By the way, I don't know if this is safe or not. That's how my coilover is adjusted for height, and it's still an inch lower than stock. So I don't know if that's safe or not, but you know, I got 2/3 of the threads in, so we're just gonna roll with it. I got spare coilovers, not a big deal. Hopefully it doesn't damage anything too much. But yeah, so it hits on this little lip here. This guy. So initially I was going to cut a line, bend up, and beat it with a hammer so it's flat and wouldn't have that issue. But now thinking about it, I have ARP studs already, so it would make sense to put the studs on because the wheels are heavier, but the studs are longer. So I would have to cut them like I did the rear studs in this video, up there or up there. I never know which side it's on. It's somewhere up there. I'd have to cut the studs, and if I go through the length of putting those on, I might as well put like a 1/4 inch spacer, 5-7mm spacer. And then if I do that, I'd probably have to trim a little bit on the fenders, but nothing like too big, because I mean we're close in some places. Like back here, we're really close on this guy. But I could just do what I wanted to. Here, you can't even see that. It's so dark. This guy. Here, this little ridge. I could cut that and then bend it flat. And that would be fine. And then I'd like to roll the fenders too. They're pretty, they're stock. I mean, they're not rolled. They have all holes for the fender lining and crap. But I'd like to roll them. That'd be nice. But yeah, so it gets pretty close there. When you turn it, it gets pretty close. So I don't know if a 1/4 inch spacer would push it out far enough to hit, and then it gets sort of close there on the bottom of the fender. So I'll order a 1/4 inch spacer for 4 lug, because I've seen 5 and 6 lugs, but I haven't seen 4 lug at shops. So oh well, I'll just order one. Hopefully it comes in quickly, and then throw that on, do the cutting. Good. So that's that issue. Number 2, we're gonna change the oil. When I did the cage and took the cluster and everything out and fucking gutted the car, I was at 2,500 out of 3,000. So, and right now I've put on, it says 143, but I drove for like 20 miles without a cluster to pick up the seats. So probably looking at 200 miles, we'll see. So 300 to go. I thought, all right, well, I need to change the oil. So I went and picked some up. Well, so we'll do that real quick. And then once we do that, I think my speedometer is going out, because I was driving and it just went to 0, and then it went to like 20, and then like 40, and it's like going back and forth, and it was not good, and I was going like 45. So I don't know what's up there. Lately it hasn't been doing that. It did that last week, but I'll just swap it out. I have my old speedometer in my old cluster, so we'll do that. And then cluster lights, I have to redo them because they're on the old cluster. So I have to redo them for this one. And then I think that's it. All done.
Don't be afraid, won't let you fall, girl.
Alright, so fixing my speedometer. This is my old dual cam one. That's why it's 10, 20, 30, 40 rather than 15, 25, 35, 45. And also, if you notice right there, you can see a little LED. That's going to be my cluster light. I'm going to have one there and one there in the stock holes. However, if you can see I zip tied it because I have to run it like that with wires, and because there's this little box in the car that apparently when you put an aftermarket sound system, which the previous owner did, it messes up the cluster lights. It's this little box down here, and it's a dealer part unless you find one in the junkyard, which good luck. It's this box right here. So rather than waste my time, I'm just gonna redo it with wires, and I'll just have it hooked up to a switch like I used to, and go from there. Back to this cluster. I'll just finish up putting, I just gotta put in the back, this is my old cluster, 4 screws there hold the speedometer on, 3 screws hold the tachometer on. So I just gotta put these 4 screws back in there, and then we should be good. And then I'll work on the LEDs, which should be pretty easy. Okay, so as ghetto as this looks, these are my lights, power, ground. I'm gonna connect all 3 powers, connect them together, connect all 3 grounds together, and then have them branch off to 1 ground and then 1 incoming power. And then we could put the cluster back in. And I can't wait to see how they look, because I had cluster lights before, just like this, and I liked them a lot. And this is essentially the same thing. So, I know what it looks like, but then again, I don't. Cluster's looking pretty good. I've got it just about how I want it. This is in, good to go. The lights are in, good to go. I just gotta wire them. You can see sort of back there. There's one zip tied there. There's one there. And there's one right there. Just running 3 because I'm running them in the stock slots. The stock ones only had 3. So I'm gonna connect all the powers together to form 1, and then have 1 wire branching off. Same thing with the grounds. Have 1 wire branching off to a ground, and then have the power go to a switch, and then have the power coming from the switch to the lights, and it should be good. Every time I want to turn them on, flip a little switch. It should be good. I like switches. I got a lot of switches in my car. Got 3. Well, the radio's on a switch. It's not on the ignition. It's on a switch. And the light bars. So yeah, switches are nothing new to me. Alright guys, some progress has been made. Cluster is back in. I did the ground already. You can't really see it. I did it. But this is going to go to a switch that I have to go pick up. And then from there, I have power running where the radio is that I can tap into. So I'm gonna do that, and then we'll be done. It's sort of a weird combo, oil change and then a bunch of stuff with the cluster. But I mean, hey, you can't control what happens, so. But oh dude, I fucking love the tires. I love the riding. It's so nice. So nice. The tread is so aggressive. Fucking awesome. So awesome. Oh, I also adjusted my camber plates, so I don't have as much camber in the front. I still have camber, which is good. I wanted camber. I wanted a little bit, not a shitload like I had. So you can see from there, it's got camber, but we'll see how it goes, because I just don't want to wear the inside too much. But I'd rather have it have negative than positive camber. Like our buggy has so much positive camber, it is ridiculous. And that's because it's got the U-joint there, but it doesn't have the CV boot, but it doesn't have the CV thing there. so it just fucking angles down and doesn't correct itself. So that's why it's like that. Still handles fucking good though. I like it. Can't wait to see how this handles. We're actually going out this weekend, so hopefully get some fucking good footage of this thing just ripping it out there. Oh, I can't wait. LSD and all-terrain tires. Fucking excited. Alright guys, so now that it is dark, I can show you the problem. For some weird reason, power's on right now. Power's going to the lights, but there's no ground. But when you go to ground, you could see this one works perfectly. This one, every LED except the very top one works perfectly. Top one flickers and then it stops and then it flickers again. And then the last one doesn't work at all. So, not 100% sure what's going on. Connections are all good. All the connections are good. They're on the very last one that didn't work at all. At first, the ground wasn't good. Fixed that. Ground is now good. Still doesn't work. So I'm not too sure what's up with that. And I don't have any more LEDs, so I ordered more. And Amazon says Friday, so we'll see. This will have to wait till then. But until then, I don't have cluster lights. Well, I sort of do. I have one. So I think I can go with that. Rock that for now. And hopefully they get in before Friday, because that's when we're going to the desert. And I'd like to have cluster lights, because you know that's the thing. Yeah, so when the lights come in, we'll throw them in. Should be good to go. So if you like this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys later. Peace.